Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the October 15th Committee of the Whole. I'd like to call the meeting to order at 5:30 p.m. And I'd like to call on Deputy Mayor Dornbos for the land acknowledgement, please.
I would like to acknowledge that the rural municipality of St. Andrews is located on Treaty 1 territory, the traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Ojibwe, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and the national homeland of the Red River Métis. We respect the spirit and intent of treaties and treaty making and remain committed to working in partnership with First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people in the spirit of truth, reconciliation, and collaboration.
Thank you. Item 3, adoption of the agenda. Be it resolved, the agenda be adopted as presented or amended. Does anybody have any additions or deletions? Could I have a mover, please? Councillor Selkirk, seconder. Councillor Feeble-Corn, all in favor? Carried. Reception of delegations. I'd like to welcome Selkirk and District Community Foundation, Dave Thorne with the vital signs reports from and Brandon and Meredith. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much, Mayor Joy. Good evening to everybody, all council. Thank you so much for making time for us to speak with you today on a topic that is of great importance to the Selkirk and District Community Foundation, but I also believe to be of great importance to the Arm of St. Andrews. And that's the Vital Signs 2.0 project that we're undertaking. I'm David Thorne. I'm the chair of the Selkirk and District Community Foundation. I've also been co-chair of the Vital Signs Committee, along with my colleague here, Brandon Sutherland. As many of you know, I'm no stranger to public life. I retired from the RCMP in 2015. I served as your officer in charge from 2009 to 2011. And I'm very proud to say that I'm in a very good position to give back to this fantastic community. I've been president of the local Rotary Club of Selkirk for the last 3 years. As well, I've been with this Selkirk and District Community Foundation for 4 years, 3 of which has been in the co-chair role, and I recently assumed the chair. My goal now is to not only volunteer to make this community we live in that much better, but to continue the great work of the foundation that supports our community. So I'm going to turn it over to my colleague Brandon to tell you a bit about himself.
Thanks, David. I'm Brandon Sutherland, grew up in Selkirk and live in Selkirk with my recent wife, Raylene. I'm a foundation board member and the co-chair of our 2024-2025 Vital Signs Committee. If some of you don't know me, you may know someone in my family. I'm proud to be a Sutherland, and I have a long list of volunteering history in the Selkirk and surrounding area. Going back to my grandparents, Wayne and Helen Sutherland, who set a great example for future generations like myself to follow. It was my grandfather, Wayne, who served on the Lord Selkirk School Division for many years, who spurred my desire to give back to our great community. Joining us to my left is Meredith Boschers. She's the Foundation's Community Development Officer. You may have bumped into her in the past few years working in the St. Andrews arts and culture scene with groups like the St. Andrews Heritage Center and Red River North Tourism, sorry. She joined the Foundation last fall and now manages our Community Grants Program and Vital Signs Program as well.
So, as mentioned, we're here to speak to you today about Vital Signs. And it's a document that you're probably familiar with. The first Vital Signs was called Mind the Gap. And in 2018, we released it. Vital Signs is Community Foundations of Canada program. And what is it? In a sense, it's a community checkup that measures the vitality of the community, identifies significant trends, and comes up with ideas on how to move that knowledge into action. Make sure we're here for the good of the community. Vital Signs, Mind the Gap was built through community input back years ago. And the foundation team of the day took that input and came up with 9 key points. These are the ones, if you remember anything today, please remember these 9 key points. Inclusive community, housing, learning, kids and youth, health and wellness, income gap, the environment, older adults and aging, of course, arts, culture, recreation, and tourism, and safety and security. Now, we're set once again to engage the community and sort of check the pulse 6 years later. I know from the first report that data collection that took place then, there's still going to be gaps. there's still going to be gaps in the system, and that there's groups in our community that can also benefit from the grants that the foundation provides. The report is twofold. The report helped us target the areas that are most in need. But the report can also provide council vital information to make strategic planning direction. What we've learned from the first vital sign report, that it can help other community leaders, not just council, not just the foundation, but a broad swipe of community leaders, inform their planning as well.
We're here today to ask the RM of St. Andrews to make a financial commitment to this second vital signs report. We know the RM believes in the foundation and understands the importance of our presence in the community and the things that we value as well. Here's some incredible Here for Good numbers. Since the release of our first vital signs report in 2018, foundation grants have supported over 45 programs in the RM of St. Andrews for a combined dollar amount of $271,000. In the past year alone, 9 programs received a combined total of $49,715. These projects include St. Andrews School new cross-country ski lending program, the next phase of the RM's walking trails project, and technology for the Red River Ancestry Genealogy Center. All these programs directly tie into the community needs that were last identified in our vital signs report. We've assembled our vital signs team here for the second go around, and our researcher has already been collecting data for this report. As you will likely already know, we did hold our first town hall event on October 5th, just last week. It was a great afternoon on sharing ideas, and we thank Councillor Rob for joining us for this community consultation. At the town hall, we got to listen to and learn from the people who make this community tick. We're continuing our community research now because we know how far our communities have come and how far we need to go. Have we improved? Where do we need to focus more on? Is there more work to do? Have we closed some of the gaps? Have we closed them a lot? Or have they gotten much, much wider?
So, as indicated, the foundation's presentation before council last spring. We've taken the time to build up a team and assemble a budget for this project. The RM of St. Andrews generously supported the previous 2018 report to the tune of $15,000 financial contribution. We're now reaching out to you once again, as we're reaching out to the city of Selkirk, as the RM of St. Clements, as well as this year new is the Lord Selkirk School Division. All for financial contributions toward the development, the publication of the new updated report. Now, for your information, the Selkirk and Community Selkirk and District Community Foundation will be putting $66,000 towards this report of our own money. We're asking each community partner for a contribution of $12,000. So that's $3,000 less than 6 years ago when we came asking. I'm also pleased to let you know that the school division has already confirmed that they will contribute $12,000 over a 2-year period. This has been confirmed. Now, folks, before I retired from the RCMP, I oversaw an annual policing budget for all policing in Manitoba. It was approximately $200 million. And while $12,000 may seem like a small ask for some people, make no mistake. I realize that you are all stewards of the money in the RM of St. Andrews. You are accountable for the money spent. However, it's in our opinion that this investment that we seek today towards our new project will not only help groups within your community almost immediately, but will serve to assist the RM of St. Andrews in allowing it to strategically plan for projects into the future, using the information that we will gather and share through the Vital Signs Project report. So, in closing, I thank you for not only considering our request, but thank you for your continued support to your community through the Foundation's activities. I do know that Councillor Marecki was at the town hall, and we appreciate your representation from the RM. It's partners like yourself that really allow us to engage with the entire community. This town hall is not just, oh, what does Dave and the rest of the team at the foundation think is for the good of the community? There was 110 like-minded people throughout the entire community that came out that day, throwing great ideas our way. That's true community consultation, folks. So, in closing, if you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer. You know, I know Councillor Hunt, you've been involved with the foundation through Lily Pad Cruisers, I believe. So you know, but I'm not sure of everybody's level of knowledge about the foundation, but I'd be happy to answer the questions
Council
about.
members, do you have any questions for Dave?
I do not. I understand what it's all about. In St. Andrews Airport, we started a fund from St. Andrews Airport after 2015, after their 50th anniversary. And it is growing as well, St. Andrews Airport Fund, to promote growth within the aviation industry. Same as the LuliPad one was to promote growth and education within the automotive community.
Any other council members? Do you have any questions or comments?
When's the completion date expected on it?
Probably next fall sometime. There's a lot of information to go through, and through the latest town hall that Councillor Marecki attended, I think there's close, we're increasing the number of areas to look at. So last vital signs report, there was 9. I think they're going to be closer to 10 or 11 this time. And then, so we've done one general town hall where we seek input from various stakeholders within the community. Now we're going to have one-on-one with more groups that are maybe a little more affected through health and wellness or other places that they might not be willing or more comfortable to speak in large gatherings. So we want to hear from everybody is what we want to do to put the most robust plan together. The more information we have, the better data, and the better data means the better report.
When did you need the money? Like, because we would put it for next year's budget discussions.
Yeah,
That's fine.
That's fine.
Councilor Marecki.
Yes, thank you. You know, you did a fantastic job on October 5th there at Selkirk. There was 110 people who showed up on the Saturday. Unbelievable. It ran from about 10 o'clock till around 2 in the afternoon. A lot of good ideas were thrown out. Not in a bad way, but put out there. One of the nicest touches of the event was naming a Citizen of the Year, Ruth Christine. She seemed to really well. She was very happy that she got that, and I'm sure she deserves it. But, personally, I do support the foundation. It does a lot of good work, and the idea that it always has a nest egg or an investment, and that investment in turn funds other programs means that this is going to be around for a long period.
Councilor Hunt.
Do the other 2 levels of government get involved in any way, shape, or form?
I don't believe they do in this particular report. This particular report is a grassroots homegrown report. The Selkirk and District Community Foundation is 100% the Trias community. St. Andrews, Selkirk, St. Clements. And the report itself, we look at it from different levels. What regional impact do we have? Okay, so in our little sphere of influence, what regional impact do we have? And then we'll magnify it on how are we looking compared to Winnipeg, say, in these 9 areas? And then how are we looking compared to Manitoba in these areas? And it really, you know, it's a temperature check. How are we doing as a community? in all these different services that we're providing, or that you're providing throughout the community. And it's a way of saying, geez, we see a gap here. Maybe we can, as a council or as an organization, we can fill that gap. And it's not what I say is the problem is, it's what the community says is the problem. So it's, again, I go back to that, the community input is the biggest piece here. And we're just sort of the stewards that put all that the ideas and data together, and then we put the report out. So long answer, no, but I think we're more effective here as a regional entity.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And we can, the turnaround time for decisions, twice a year we have granting that is specific to this community here, twice a year. I think you said $271,000 since the last vital signs report has directly gone into your community, not Selkirk, not St. Clements, your community. So that's a big number that is augmenting, any financial help that comes from you.
Yeah, it's not so much a question as, but it's a statement. I'm a big proponent of the foundation. I think it's absolutely wonderful, and I want to thank you guys for investing into the community. It's really important.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
So on that number of 271, is that the foundation and the St. Andrews Fund combined, or you don't have a breakdown on that, do you?
So no, that will be various funds
Right.
that support St. Andrews. So we took that number we took was, what did St. Andrews get the last 6 years? Okay, I think your particular fund is running about $330,000 right now.
Right.
That, again, we're not a charity, we're a foundation. So we invest that money. The money continues to grow and grow and grow in perpetuity, but we grant out a certain percentage of that every single year for life, that it's going to impact and benefit the citizens of DRM of St. Andrews. So that's the benefit of a community fund.
I know we get your publication, which is great. That says exactly this, that I pass it to council. So we get that. I don't know, it's usually in my mailbox. And
That's music to my ears, Mayor. Thank you very much.
We basically got our investment back that we put in over the years, and like you said, it keeps on giving in perpetuity. So that's the bonus of it, and that's the sometimes the component missing in some people's eyes, that they don't understand that.
Absolutely.
So thank you for getting it across, and that's our job too, is to build on that.
Any further questions? Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Council.
Absolute pleasure. Spending your time. Thank you. Next item 4, management reports. 5.1 is September monthly management report. Does anybody have any comments or questions on the monthly management? Yes, Councilor Seabuckard.
I just had one question, for Brent, the fire truck tender, helper tender, is that for 1 or 2 chassis, just confirming?
2.
Thank you. Good.
So we're putting the tender out for 1 and 2 at the same time.
Thank you.
Anything further? Next item is the Council 2024 September Council Indemnity Report. Any questions or comments? I know, just for clarification for our residents, that the monthly indemnity report for October for Councilor Seabuckard was 0. We received an email this afternoon that was an error, and it's been corrected. I was going to thank you for dedicating your service for free for a month. No, I can't,
With a leader.
honestly. Thank you. Councilor Selkirk?
When I look at it, it's still says 0. So we're gonna correct it on the agenda copy here,
I can answer that. I've emailed it to all the council, the revised version of it.
but shouldn't it be updated on the agenda?
Yes, I'll have Sherry put it on.
That's what people see, right? So, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, next item is the 2020, September 2024 financial statements. The attachment is the financial statements and then the summary report. Does council have any questions? No, I just have one question on the, okay, we just confirmed, we have the 2022 audited financial statements done. Now, is there any update on the 2022? Or am I wrong? We had 2021 done.
Mhm.
Now, the exchange is working on 2022.
Yes, submitted.
Any update on,
No update yet. No.
and then, because on this statement here for gas tax money, my apologies, I should have. Where it was 600 and something, 639, I read this morning. Is that for 2021? Or it would have to be for 2021, because we don't have 2022 statements.
I think it matches, it's the matching principle. It matches to the year that's
We're 1 year behind.
right.
The gas tax always comes, normally it comes before the audit is due. So, in a normal year, it would come ahead of time. So currently we're waiting for 2022 and 2023.
2022 and 2023. So this 600,000 is in brackets. So is that for what year?
On the financial statements, that's just the budget. So that's just the budget line for it. So what we will do is we will record the amount as a receivable, and then we will receive it from the government once the audit is in.
I'm really confused now. You're saying we get it ahead of the audit. Now we're saying we don't get it till we get the audit.
Because we're behind, now we're waiting for the gas tax for the prior years. So in a normal year, the 2023 audit would be due, let's say in June. We would start getting the gas tax before that for 2023, if everything was up to date. But because we're behind, now they're holding it. So they're holding 2022's funding now and 2023's.
So is it still the 639? I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
It stays the same?
Yeah.
Do we get interest on that?
From the government?
Yeah.
No.
Councilor Selkirk? You had your hand up?
I did, but I think you answered it. I recall when we first started all of this, the answer to this was you don't get the gas tax money until the audit's done, and that's why we're so far behind.
And so we've got no indication from the auditor when they're gonna file it, like come to us?
We're hoping before the end of the year.
Okay, the next thing, anybody have any other questions? One question here on the summary. Road maintenance, gravel budget is fully used and road renewal billings are 2/3 complete. Renewal billing, what is road renewal billings?
Where are you seeing that?
On the summary, there's no page one. Page one of page 2, under road maintenance, towards the bottom of the page, under expenses. It says, yeah,
Well, road renewal billings, yeah, we have holdbacks and we're still going through stuff with them, but all the roads are complete.
oh, okay, thank you. I didn't know what road renewal billings was. Thank you. Okay, council members, any other further questions? Okay, thank you for all the work that went into the reports. Under new business, we have 7.1 municipal and northern relations. Finance officer role changes, that's attached. Under item, any comments to that? I think it's nice the province is letting us know there's changes in the department. 7.2 Interlake Regional Health Workforce Coalition meeting October 30th in Selkirk. Is there anyone that would like, I'm on that committee. This is the first meeting they're having about this. All the information is attached. I'm going for information. Does anybody else wish to attend? Councilor Murphy? That's, you're good?
Oh, no, actually, I'm not.
Okay.
I apologize for that. I go to the airport meeting.
Okay. Well, be it resolved, Mayor Sewell attend the IERHA Health Workforce Coalition meeting being held October 30th in Selkirk. Could I have a mover, please? Councilor Mondor, seconder. Councilor Slaker, all in favor? Carried. Thank you. Now we'll move in camera. Motion that council move in camera at 5:56 PM to discuss matters that are in preliminary stages and respecting which discussion in public could prejudice the municipality's ability to carry out its activities or negotiations, as well as legal and personnel issues. And be it further resolved that the members of council agree to keep in confidence a matter that is discussed in a meeting that is close to the public under section 152(3), and that the committee decides to keep confidential until the matter is discussed at a meeting of the council or of a committee conducted in public. Could I have a mover, please? Deputy Mayor Dornbos, seconder. Councilor Mondor, all in favor? Carried. We are now in camera. Good evening again. We're resuming out of in camera. Be it resolved, we move out of in camera at 6:32 PM. Could I have a mover, please? Deputy Mayor Dornbos, seconder. Councilor Slaker, all in favor? Carried. That leads to adjournment. Be it resolved, we have a motion to adjourn the meeting at 6:32 PM. Could I have a mover, please? Councilor Slaker, seconder. Councilor Marecki. All in favor? Carried. Thank you and have a good evening, everyone.